A little girl personally buried her parents and, overwhelmed by grief, collapsed right in front of their grave. She lay there alone in the mud through the night, cold and unconscious. The next morning, an elderly couple happened to pass by and discovered her. The old man, noticing her fever and unconscious state, quickly picked her up and rushed her home so his wife could care for her. What he didn't know was that this simple act of kindness would forever change the course of his life. When the little girl finally woke up, she panicked at the sight of two strangers and cowered in the corner. The old man gently offered her a warm flatbread, speaking softly to comfort her. Starving, she devoured it without hesitation. After she finished eating, the old man kindly asked for her home address so he could take her back, but the question made her burst into tears. Through sobs, she begged him not to send her away. She even tried to sell herself by saying she could do chores, eat very little, and wouldn't be any trouble. Moved by her innocence and desperation, the couple decided to adopt her. The old man then traveled into the city to tell his son, who was busy hosting his wedding, about the decision. Instead of being supportive, his son lashed out at him in anger. Humiliated and hurt, the old man returned home with a heavy heart. But when he arrived, the little girl had already finished the laundry. Her sweetness melted away his sorrow. 12 years flew by. The girl had grown into a bright and beautiful young woman and had just been accepted to a top university. She rushed to the fields to share the good news with her adoptive parents, only to witness them being harassed by local thugs demanding money. Her joy shattered, she began to reconsider going to college. She didn't want to burden the only people who had ever loved her. That night, she quietly hid her acceptance letter under her pillow. But fate had other plans. While cleaning, her mute adoptive mother found the letter and rushed to show it to her husband. Understanding why the girl had kept it secret, the couple made up their minds, no matter the cost, they would send her to college. Under pouring rain, the old man put on a straw hat and went to confront the local bully who still owed him wages. He pleaded for the money, explaining it was urgently needed for his daughter's tuition. The bully refused and mocked him cruelly. Desperate, the old man got down on his knees. The thug, now enjoying the power, told him he could have the money if he crawled through his legs. With tears in his eyes, the old man began to do it. But just before he could, the bully, annoyed, tossed him the money and told him to get lost. Relieved, the old man headed home. But in the darkness and rain, he slipped, hit his head, and passed out. Thankfully, the girl and her adoptive mother found him just in time. He was still burning with fever but refused to go to the hospital. He didn't want to waste the college money on himself. Seeing him so stubborn, the girl made a heartbreaking decision. She would give up college, but her father wouldn't hear of it. He told her the world was waiting for her and insisted she go. Eventually, she agreed. Days later, as the old man began to recover, the villagers came together. They gathered outside the couple's home, each bringing what little they could to help cover the girl's college expenses. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the girl and her parents knelt to thank everyone. While her parents worked tirelessly in the fields to pay off the debt, the girl excelled in her studies. Years later, she developed a cutting-edge microchip that would go on to change the industry. After completing her project and fulfilling a strict confidentiality agreement, she finally returned home. But this time, she wasn't just coming back as a daughter. She had already arranged for the full renovation of the village. Construction crews were in place. It was her way of giving back to the people who had once given everything for her. Meanwhile, her adoptive parents had received compensation from a government relocation project. Just as they were settling into this new chapter, their long-absent biological son returned, with his wife and in-laws in tow. The daughter-in-law immediately demanded that the elderly couple hand over the relocation money so they could buy a house. Even though the son hadn't visited once in all these years, the old man still gave him half of the money. But it wasn't enough. The daughter-in-law wanted the rest. When the old man explained it was set aside for their daughter, the girl they had raised and loved, the son scoffed, refusing to acknowledge her as family. He even shoved his father aside and began searching the house for the remaining money. When he found it and tried to leave, the old man grabbed his leg, begging him to at least leave enough for them to visit their daughter in the city. The son shrugged him off. As the old man clung tighter, the son angrily picked up a stick, ready to strike. That's when the front door swung open and the daughter appeared.